All right, so I'm continuing to share the geometric structure of this diagram that enables the perfect division of the circle into 360 equal sections. So I'm basically calling it a diagram for 360 degrees. And you can see I've got some lines that parallel the degree lines. So what's happening is that we're using this geometric shape, or this geometric shape emerges from the structure of this diagram, this geometry. And we're now in the process of figuring out how to place all the individual units on each successive ring of the diagram. In some ways, it's easy to plot certain spots. You can see that as the line goes out, you just keep plotting those points on each ring of the diagram. But then gaps form as the degree lines separate and the space between them gets larger. And the question is sometimes, well, how do you fill those empty spots? So I'm going over that right now. And all this is what I explain in my book called Understanding Base 12 Math, how to draw the perfect circle using Dozenal geometry. So there's this belief in math right now that there is no such thing as the perfect circle. And I'm questioning that and saying, well, perhaps there is. In base 12, once you start looking, you realize that the geometry of the circle is in 12. This pattern right down here, it's called the seed of life diagram, naturally divides the circle into 12 and 24. So right there, that's the beginning. And you can have access to 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 pi when you're in 12. So they're actual points on the circle. And then you can build from that. And basically this diagram is literally built dividing the diameter into the circumference. It's something of a polygon, but well, where the points of the polygon have these circles plotted on them, but then there's a space between. So it's the generating of this space between that's sort of the secret, or what emerges from the diagram. So it's not really saying that the circle is a polygon. The polygon is more a structure or scaffolding upon which we place these points. And these are the individual discrete units, and you can see each one has a little space between it. And so this circle is the main unit, and you need a main unit that contains the two pieces of diameter plus the space between them. So it's the relationship between these, and then the distance on the outside is half of what this gap is. I've gone over the proportions. This is basically 0.06 root 2. This is 0.03, so 0.3, and then 2 times 0.3 and 3, so 3, 6, 9, and then a dozen or 1. So you get 1 unit of square root of 2 of empty space contained within this pattern.